Plastics are plaguing Ghana like a terrible disease. According to the United Nations Development Programme, out of the 1.7 million tons of plastic waste generated every year in the country, only 2% is recycled. The streets are an eyesore, the lands are suffocating, and the oceans in dire straits. Both human health and livelihoods have come under serious threat.
Ghana is going to become even more of an importer, net importer of fish from other countries around the world. I don't think that's what Ghana wants. It's certainly not what the people of Ghana want. So I think that's one of the reasons why we have to move forward.
But a glimmer of hope beckons. Young people are now taking up the gauntlet and changing the narrative for the better.
One of the core services we do is as you are recycling.
Meet Kweku Tebri, a 24-year-old university graduate, the brain behind Insio, a digital platform built for a sustainable business with a goal of eliminating plastic pollution.
What we're trying to do is to sort of establish a responsible water plastic recycling. You consume water, you get rid of the plastic. You don't know how the plastic gets rid of. You know, there's also this thing called microplastics. A lot of the plastics we don't recycle end up back in the water we consume. So we're trying to establish a trend. We're trying to be part of the circular economy movement so that we can catalyze that kind of growth.
Kweku Tebri shares more light on how his digital solution is helping reduce the carbon emissions that come with the improper management of plastic waste.
People order water, we deliver the water to their location, their exact location. We're using Ghana Post GPS to find out people's exact location. And then after they're done consuming the water, instead of discarding the plastic, how they don't know, we go back to the locations and we pick up the plastics. It's very simple, but then we believe that such a simple business is enough to sustainably catalyze growth and catalyze recycling.
Tebri's vision is to expand his team for far-reaching impact.
Our team is only about 10 people right now as it stands, and it's mostly software engineers. Most of us are not operations. We have a few people who do operations, but we don't have such an operations team. If you were to scale this traditionally, you have a large team with a lot of people dialing numbers, taking calls, taking orders. We intend to scale into other things. So we started with water plastic recycling, but let's just say we'll expand into other things that has to do with waste cycling as well.
At Abelenkpe, a suburb of Ghana's capital Accra, we come across another trash ambassador, the famous Trashy Bags. Plastic sachets whose contents have been emptied and left on the ground by consumers are transformed into a wide range of reusable products such as school bags, shopping bags and utility bags.
My name is Elvis Abulua. I work as the Assistant Director, Trashy Bags. What we have done in a very innovative way is to find solutions to the problems that we have with plastic by giving value to the material and then transforming them into, also when we buy them, into making different kinds of bags and products. And by so doing, we create employment for people in Ghana here, young people in Ghana here. At the same time, also more awareness is created in schools and also in public places about the need to recycle and then have a cleaner environment.
Here, plastic waste are adorned with local fabrics to give the product both global and domestic appeal. These eco-friendly bags are affordable, with prices ranging between $3 and $45.
The bigger part of our market, over 80%, comes from Europe and the developed world. Also because most people there understand much about what the disaster that plastic potentially raises on the environment, and they want to be part of a team that will make the planet a brilliant one by buying a bag. They're not just buying a bag, but they are part of a contribution to the solution.
In a country where 48% of the youth are unemployed, Trashy Bags is not only safeguarding the environment, but also giving young people reasons not to embark on irregular migration. The working team is dominated by women.
When you're out there and you're not having anything, you can come in. Like, we have a lot of girls here who don't know how to sew, and there are a lot of people who don't know how to use the industrial machine. When you come in, they will take their time, teach you how to use the industrial machine before you get used to it. And there are some of them, they do the cut and wash too. It always helps them, so that everybody will get something.
The growing innovation has also found its way into Ghana's construction industry, spearheaded by 34-year-old Nelson Boateng. Nelson uses 80% of broken plastic products and 20% of sand to produce 12-inch square pavement blocks that have a lifespan of 500 years.
We have old ladies, children, adults that brings plastic waste to us. They pick them from the landfills. We crush them. Depending on where we want to lay the block, that's if we want to lay it on the main road, we need 40% of the sand and 60% of the plastic waste, all kinds of plastic waste to do it. We crush them, we mix them, then it will be sent to the extruder where it mixes and turns the mixture into paste. We put it in a mold, then we press it under hydraulic press to get the shape and the design on it.
With a current production capacity of 200 blocks per day, Nelson is helping fix the country's pothole-ridden pavement, as well as providing jobs for Ghana's teeming unemployed youth. One thing is clear: these trash ambassadors will not relent in their quest to secure and sustain the environment. They hope their exploits will galvanize more young people into climate action.
So I feel like even if it's not where we want it to be, it will get there. It's going in the right direction. If it was going in the wrong direction, I'd be concerned. But I feel like there are people who truly believe that young people can do things, and they see the opportunities, and they see when I see problems in Ghana, I don't complain. I see them as opportunities for people to innovate.
Currently, pressure is mounting on government to ban single-use plastic, akin to other African countries like Rwanda and Kenya. But the United Nations Development Program believes the country needs to hasten slowly.
When we say single-use plastic, what plastic are we referring to? Because there are so many types of plastic, so you have to define that. Number two, how do you assess the impact on society and economy of what a ban, potentially have, and what are the affordable alternative solutions that you will put in place? So, for example, sachet water is made of plastic. So, if, for example, you want to ban that, but what is an affordable alternative solution for people to have access to water, right? Number three, if you want to have a ban, you need to enforce it. So what are the conditions to be put in place, to ensure that if a ban is there's a system in place to properly enforce it.
The government has meanwhile set aside the proposed ban and has gone ahead to launch a national plastics action partnership, which is expected to stem the tide.
Ghana's plastic management policy is not focused only on how to address plastic waste, but takes also a holistic view of the entire value chain of plastics.
International organizations like the UN and EU are upbeat that with more young people taking up the climate challenge, Ghana will surely succeed.
What we refer to as green jobs is a big opportunity that can really help address the issue of youth unemployment. And if we take, for example, the plastic management policy, is trying to use technologies and bring innovation, which also would have the effect of employ young people, everybody, but especially young people, in what we call as green jobs. So not just by creating jobs, but also for a sort of employment that is also good for the environment.
At the just ended 2019 UN Climate Change Conference, COP25 in Madrid, Spain, global leaders agreed in unison that radical collaboration is needed urgently to tackle the growing plastic crisis. This collaboration includes government, private sector, civil society organizations, indigenous communities, young people, individuals, and most importantly, you and me. Reporting for GH1 News, I am Ridwan Karim Dini Osman.